Welcome to a slightly different episode of Difficult Objects. I've come into a really cool product called the CZUR document scanner. I think that might be seizure, but I'm not sure. And so I've gotten a kickstart to my document scanning activities. One of the worst things that we have going for us right now in the Doombox category is boxes like this. Boxes that are full of papers. Everyone in my family seems to like to print stupid stuff. I've been anti-printing since 2007, so, okay. But this one's one of my dad's with some other stuff thrown in. And what's really scary about it, I've actually got a little rhythm going, is that intermixed with stuff like blank paper, coffee stains and stuff, and poems that were printed out, like The Night Before Christmas, not The Nightmare Before Christmas, or things like stacks of handwritten papers. So this one starts out on a very auspicious note with Anthrax Conspiracy, New Day Rising, The Blade, The Satchel. The Blade, it came from Beyond the Sun, Amphibia Island, The Gold Medallion, The Lost Treasure of Kurna. In the background we have a struggling baby. I think these are books that someone was trying to buy. It doesn't quite look like my dad's handwriting, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But on the next page, you get some stuff that is definitely my dad's handwriting. So, something I definitely don't need is his mileage logs in between here and Murfreesboro, or Blairsville, Georgia, I think, which is where Larry lived. Definitely don't need that in the greater scheme of things, but if you flip through, there's definitely stuff like, let me see if I can find it. Notes on computers that we built, some manic ramblings, crazy conspiracy time, software tools, notes about when his mom was in the nursing home dealing with an infection. Okay, stuff I don't necessarily need and feel a little weird reading, but then you get to stuff like detailed genealogy research, all mixed in with random paperwork. I also found my good buddy Adam's phone number. I think he goes by Nico now. My dad's resume, a letter I sent to my dad with a cool Mickey Mouse stamp from back in the day. Some paraphernalia from the auspicious Mindgate Technologies. Ask me about that sometime. The registration for the Caprice Classic. This was my grandparents' first car. Maybe not their first car, but they had two Caprices, a blue one and a black one. My dad ended up with the blue one. The older one, you know, Caprice is like a old lady car back in the day, and now it's like a hood car, and this is the release of that car in my dad's handwriting, written from John Martin to Brent Martin. I don't think I would show the VIN number of a car I own, but for one that has long since disappeared, although I have seen it around town a few times, it seems my dad sold it to a gentleman named DeKendrick. Sounds really familiar. I don't know. Then we have some printouts of driver information, Oh, I got some paper clips. I really got my workflow going here, which was really the purpose of this video. Was getting a hold on some of this paperwork, which has gone okay, and I've got a little workflow going, like I just said. But what you see is that in a giant box of crap, there are things in there I really don't want to throw away. I mean, I'll never recover those things in a normal situation. Okay, so what I do is grab a stack. Let's take a small stack for now. Try and focus a little better on the stack of papers. And just start going through it. Right here is a traveler's map of the Alps. You okay, Odds? I keep maps. I like to use them as wrapping paper and stuff, so I'm not necessarily throwing that away. I also really like maps. Oh boy, here's Dad's pre-employment instructions for Northrop Grumman. I'm definitely going to scan that, so I'll keep it. Oh boy, a copy of the questionnaire for national security positions. So this is stuff like, it says 1999 to 2004. I don't know what to make of that. That might have been, oh, that was when Dad was going to go to Alaska. He ended up not doing that, but we considered moving to Alaska. Something about that didn't work out. Here's a drug test form. I love you too, Audrey. Here's a offer letter. Thank you for your interest in employment with Northrop Grumman Mission Systems. I'm pleased to offer you the position of systems engineer at $80,496 a year. Wow. Keeping that, I'll definitely scan it. Here's a rando bank statement. Things Dad did was pay his taxes, buy something from buy.com, went to Little Caesars, went to a place called Bama Bagels, and paid the singular bill. I'm not keeping those, and I'm not even bothering to shred them, because you know. Here's a letter. Here is another bank statement. Vowels in the Russian language. And some notes on transcribu, which I believe is an Esperanto sort of thing. But, okay, so what we do is with this cool scanner and my beautiful computer over here, where the screen likes to go to sleep every few minutes. So I put something on this bed here. And whatever I have, it's basically a webcam. Whatever I have on the bed gets picked up by these cameras and the little lights. And my beautiful computer picks up the image. I press this button and it captures a high resolution copy of that image. And it automatically crops it and stuff, which is really quite cool. I'm happy with that. And then I throw it away. Unless it's something really cool, and then I I'll show you in a second what I would do with something like that. And this thing does like a page a second, which is utterly amazing. Okay, University of Pittsburgh. This is a letter from someone named Judy Gladden. I don't know if I remember Judy Gladden. But if I was going to keep that, I take the scanned stamp. I ran into my old boss when I was buying this stamp. And, you know, I'm kind of awkward now, so I totally weirded her out at Staples. But it was nice to see her. Old boss from this job. She moved to a different department to head it up. And then I ran into her like 7 more times at Costco, which was really quite awkward. Okay, so I marked it, scanned, and dated it. So then the computer's auto-dating the files, so I can go back and find the file if I ever need it. So put that document in the pile. So basically that's what I'm going to be doing. I remember saying I have like 40 of these boxes full of papers. I might have said 20, I was underestimating. including my papers, Doug's papers, Dad's. John, luckily, isn't a big paper person. Mom kind of is. I don't know.
I scanned everything before I printed it.
Also, John found this lovely little set of stamps at a thrift store. They're quite dirty, so I'm going to see if I can clean them up later and use them for the future. But I've really come to realize that some of these office supplies are quite useful in the end. So, what I think we will do here is sign off. But this episode is about document scanning. I've always wanted something like this scanner right here to get through things faster. It can also do books, so if you had a book and you were going to lay it open, it can either duplex and do a copy of each side separately, or it can do the book. And it also has these little OCR handles, so you can hold the book down and it can see that pattern and delete the handles out of your images automatically. This thing is awesome, and I found it on a total chance, and I bought 2 of them. I was having a hard time after our last Doom box, so I decided to tackle some of the stuff that's more in my realm, see if we can get a rhythm going. I think with John's stuff, what we're going to have to do is have an organizational scheme already set up to put the things into, because if we're just like sorting through them and looking at them, we're just going to say, oh, these things need to be kept, and then want to put them back in the same box. So we got some work to do to kind of prepare for success. But I'm having a lot of fun. My new computer's really great. The GoPro's pretty good. The scanner is the absolute tops. And I've got a nice little workflow. So I will come back with another episode sometime this week. Okay, keeping it at 12 minutes. Bye, y'all.